privileged to have in studio with us His Holiness Sri Bhaktivedanta. Ready?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, Sitaram. Today we're privileged to have in studio with us His Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj, who is coming all the way from India, Vrindavan. Maharaj has dedicated himself to celebrate life in the service of his divine spiritual masters, Sri Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj and Sri Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj. Being very learned in the deep philosophies of the scriptures, Maharaj was instructed by his spiritual masters to travel every part of the globe to preach this very rare gem of Vedic knowledge. Maharaj, thank you for being here with us.
Thank you so much.
Would you like to tell us a little bit more about yourself and your mission?
My name, given by my spiritual master, Shri Bhakti Pramod Puri Goswami Maharaj and Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj. My sannyas name is Bhaktivedanta Siddhanti Maharaj, and I'm from India. In order of my Guru Maharaj, I'm traveling all over the world to spread Krishna consciousness, which was initiated by them, and he's allowing me and many of my god brothers to preach around the world to spread Krishna consciousness all over the globe. In that sequence, I came here in Guyana, thanking so much the government of Guyana as well as NTN channel for having me here, and thank you so much for asking those questions which are going to benefit many people around the world.
Maharaj, in today's world, most of the humans, most of us are suffering from a common condition. We're all in search of something called inner peace. Like we are so desperate, we are always trying and ultimately failing. Like for example, a guy may think, if I have a better paying job, then I may be happier. Or he gets a better paying job, but still he finds that he's not happy. Then he thinks, maybe if I work out at the gym and I start looking fit and I feel fit and healthy, I will be happy. He does this and still not happy, and there is this endless cycle of trying and failing. Now in the Hare Krishna movement, is there any fix, or what is your approach to finding inner peace or real happiness in this world?
Well, that's a beautiful question. And when I travel to Australia and other countries in Europe, they do ask this question to me because everyone is seeking that inner peace. That's why I appreciate this question you asked. And I want to answer this question with one very simple and good example. Once upon a time, and it's not just a story, it's a fact, there were some very high intellectual people. They came to a university where all boys and girls were assembled, and they wanted to ask all the boys and girls, the students there, what do you want to become in your life? So they asked one boy and he said, I want to become a doctor. They asked one girl, she said, I want to become a chartered accountant, CPA. Then they asked another guy and he said, I want to become an engineer. So everyone was having their own aim and object of their life. And there was one boy sitting in the back. So when this team asked this boy, what you want to become? He said, sir, I want to become happy. And they're all looking at each other, what is that? What degree is that? Happy. Because someone wants to become chartered accountant, someone wants to become engineer, doctor, and PhD. And this boy replied, I want to become happy. So they all clapped for him. And they said, can you elaborate on this? And he said, yes. Because I know many, my uncle, my friends, they already achieved those degrees, but I see they're still not happy. That means achieving those degrees is not leading to happiness. Whereas happiness lies in inner peace. If we are in search of happiness, Everyone wants happiness. But what they target to is not giving them complete happiness. So when I say happiness, there's external happiness and there is internal happiness. External peace and internal peace. We are finding peace or happiness in other objects which are external. But actually peace is just within us. This is called spirituality, a search for inner peace. When I say happiness, we drive happiness with our body. We drive happiness from our mind. But there is another level of happiness. And that happiness is, which is another word of inner peace, is come from the soul. Any bodily happiness is so temporary in nature. It lasts a few minutes. You want to eat, you want to sleep, or whatever. The body is being happy, enjoying. But there's a saturation point. And after that there is no enjoyment anymore. So that means that is very temporary enjoyment. Then there's another level of enjoyment which comes from the mind. Peace of mind. People say, I want peace of mind. I'm so much terrified. I'm so much in problem, I want peace of mind. So when the peace of mind, that peace of mind is also not permanent. It lasts very quick. It's a temporary nature. So what everyone is seeking and they're supposed to seek is a peace of inner self. And when I say self, that means soul. This is Bhakti Yoga. There is a term called yoga, which is very famous and everyone is familiar in the world. Yoga means Hatha Yoga, with different postures of the body, making your body fit. That's yoga for the body. But then there is also yoga for the mind. So what is the constitution of mind? I'm going a little technical and scientific here. The constitution of mind is acceptance and rejections. I accept this and tomorrow I'm going to reject this. Again I'm going to reject this, but tomorrow I want to accept this. Mind has its no stand. It's always very flickering in nature. Acceptance and rejections. Rejections and acceptance. So this is also not something permanent in nature. But there's another yoga called Bhakti Yoga, which applies directly connected to the soul. That's called inner peace, which is permanent in nature. And that inner peace, the soul gives energy to mind and body. We are not getting energy from the body. We are not getting energy from the mind. We're getting energy from the soul. Moment this soul goes out from the body, where is the body and where is the mind? Nothing is left. A person finished, dies. That means everything is about soul. And that is inner peace. Giving peace to the soul, because soul is on its journey from so many places in this universe. Higher planets, lower planets, on this earth, in many countries. Soul is on its journey. And soul is not getting peace. But moment one follows Bhakti Yoga, the path of spirituality, then soul get nourished. And when the soul get nourished, one start getting so much peace. So much peace. And this is called Bhakti Yoga. So there are millions of devotees around the world who are following this path of Bhakti Yoga sincerely, with honesty, but under guidance of a teacher, a mentor. Just like also for any kind of yoga, you need a teacher. For any kind of learning, you need a teacher. Even for cooking, you need a teacher. Even for driving, you need a teacher. Amal, you go to school, you have a teacher, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Many teachers.
Many teachers. Similarly, Bhakti Yoga to practice that bhakti yoga which gives inner peace, we also need a teacher. And that teacher is called spiritual master. One who guide us and take us to our destination where the soul gets its peace. This is inner peace.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. So, how do we start, or how do we begin this process of bhakti yoga?
As I just said, to begin this process, we need a mentor, a
Okay.
teacher, who's guiding us. Because while practicing, sometimes we are not doing right, sometimes we do right. We get appreciated, we get praised when we do right. But when we do wrong, we get corrections. So teacher is guiding us. You're wrong and you're right. This is how you have to lead this process. This is how you have to make a boundaries and limitations. You don't have to move in this direction or that direction. Just walk straight. And there's a beauty of this process of bhakti yoga. This is from our scriptures, our holy scriptures, which are our law books. Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana. Everyone is familiar with the scriptures. Where the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna promised, Kaunteya pratijani na vibhakta parnashati. Krishna announced on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and he told his most dear associate Arjun, you announce this, my devotee never perish, my devotee never destroy, my bhakti, my devotion never perish. So this is a bold statement given by the Lord, a promise, and that gives so much inspiration to us that Lord is looking after us. And swapamasya dharmasya trayato mahato bhayat. Krishna saying in Bhagavad Gita, any little endeavors on this path of bhakti save us from great dangers. So there is no danger at all. And the moment we start following this, the Lord comes forward, takes our hand and gives all security. And he promises, I'm the one who's going to take over. Don't worry, ma shucha, don't worry, don't worry. What can be more great than this? So this is the safest part of the yoga.
Maharaj, people have this idea in Hinduism that there are too many gods. They don't understand who is really God. Is it Ram, Shiva, or Krishna? In your understanding and teaching, who is really God?
Wow, that's a great question. I know.
Thank you.
Because many people ask this question, not only in America and Europe, but mostly in India. Because everyone is confused.
Yes.
There's so much confusion. And when there's confusion, there's all a fusion. Who's God? Is Shiva's God? Is Ganesha's God? Is Hanuman is God? Is Ram is God? Or Krishna is God? Yeah.
And also some are moving away from Hinduism because they think we're confusing because we're not sure which one is really the supreme.
True.
Yes.
It's a very good question, very relevant question. And I'm going to answer this. Who should we believe? There can be many pundits, many priests speaking their philosophy. And you just ask me this question, what is my perspective? So there's nothing like my perspective on what I have to say. I'm saying on the grounds of scriptures, which are the law books. We have to follow our scriptures. It's mandatory. For example, when you're in school, I think when you're in grade 1, when your teacher is teaching you 1 plus 1 is 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, you have all rights to ask your teacher, why 1 plus 1 is 2? And why 1 plus 2 is 3? But if you keep on arguing with teacher, then prove me why 1 is 1. Teacher, what is he going to say? You have to believe this, that 1 is 1. And after this one foundation of belief, you can do many calculations over 1. So there are many calculations. Therefore, a foundational belief, the scriptures is not written by any human being. The scriptures emanated from the lotus lips of the Lord. We have to believe that. So there's nothing like my perspective. That's from Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of all the scriptures. That's from Bhagavad Gita, from the Vedas, from the Puranas. We have to believe them, not we have to believe me, you, or her, or anyone else. My mind can say, okay, he's God. Your mind can say, no, that God is, she's supposed to be God. But that's just, I'm believing my own mind. And we keep on changing our mind. Yeah. The mind is so flickering and temporary. Therefore, we have to believe what scriptures are saying. So, coming to Srimad Bhagavatam, the essence of all the scriptures, Nigam Kaltarum Galitam Phalam Shuk Mukhar Amrita Dravya Samritam. The essence of all scripture, Srimad Bhagavatam says, Ete Chas Kalapumsam Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. All others are incarnations of the Krishna, but Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and all incarnations emanate from Krishna. This is Bhagavatam. Then Bhagavad Gita. All Hindus, they are familiar with Bhagavad Gita. They keep Bhagavad Gita at home, and they read Bhagavad Gita or they worship Bhagavad Gita, which is a fundamental aspect of spirituality, which is spoken by Krishna. And there in Bhagavad Gita itself, Krishna raised his index finger and put on his chest, and he boldly claimed, Aham sarvasya prabhu matta sarvam pravartate itti matta vajante bhav buddha bhav samadhita. I am the Lord of everyone, everything emanates from me. My question to anyone, if they say, I believe Shiva is God, so my counter question is, how can you prove that Shiva is God? Did ever Shiva say, I'm God? He never said, I'm God. On the top of that, we always hear and we read Shiva always carrying a beads in his hands. Just like we carry his beads. Shiva also carries beads. That beads is called Rudraksha. So what Shiva is chanting on those beads? No one chants his own name. Shiva is chanting the name of Ram on the beads of Rudraksha. Ram, 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 Ram. Shiva is not chanting Om Namah Shivaya. He can't just glorify himself or chant his own names. So that proves Shiva is not God. And did Hanuman ever claim, I am God? Even if you claim Hanuman, oh Hanumanji, you are God, who is going to beat you? Don't ever say this. I am servant of my Prabhu Ram. Okay? So no one ever claimed that I am God. Even Lord Shri Ram, he never claimed. But Krishna claimed this in Bhagavad Gita. This is evidence. What I am speaking is from the evidence of the scriptures, which are law books. And everything is proof there, and everyone believes that. So in that Bhagavad Gita, Krishna claims, I am the Lord of everyone. And then Srimad Bhagavatam, which is spoken by Shukdev Goswami, and which is considered as the essence of all the Vedas. Srimad Bhagavatam claims, Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and everything emanates from him. So why we don't, this is a mystery. One who is not God, people start believing that they are God. One who's claiming I'm God, then there's the doubt in believing when he claims I'm God. That's the mystery. Now another point here. Many people can say or raise question, because you're Hare Krishna people, you will say Krishna is your God because you worship him. That's a common question being asked to us. Because you're Hare Krishna people, and that's why you will believe and you will claim Krishna is God. But it's the other way around. It's not that we believe or we worship Krishna that makes Krishna the God, but it's actually Krishna is God, that's why we believe and follow him. That's the other way around. So just to clarify to the audience. That's why we are Hare Krishna people, because we read under guidance of our spiritual masters. the holy scriptures, which are our law books. Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Vedas, Puranas, Ramayana. And because in all the scriptures, these facts are written with reference, and we fully believe them, that's why we follow Krishna and believe Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. And one more answer to this, which I think every Hindu person knows this, or every devotee in the world knows this. Why I'm saying Hindu? Because I'm in Guyana and it's like there's so many Hindu here and they have so many temples here. If I ask this question to any Pandit or any Hindu, I think they're going to give me a correct answer. Who is the one amongst all those you know claiming God? Who is the one who showed his universal form? Did Hanuman ever show his universal form? Did Ganesha ever show his universal form? Did Shiva ever show his universal form? Did Ram did? Who did that? I want to answer the question. Krishna, correct. He is the one on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. He showed to the world his universal form, claiming I am God. Aham sarvasya prabhu. I am the Lord of everyone and everything embraces me. Who can deny this fact? No one can deny this. Because this is just Mahabharata and this is just Bhagavad Gita, which everyone see and everyone read. Satisfied?
Yes.
Good.
Could you cut for a second?
It's okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Maharaj. That was very informative. I think there is a general fear if one surrenders to Krishna. Krishna makes him a pauper. Like he takes all his material enjoyment, his luxuries, and one is not able to enjoy anything this world has to offer. Maharaj, is this true? Does Krishna really do that to us?
That's a very common and funny question. I think you're speaking on behalf of all Guyana and Caribbean Hindus. And also in India. Yeah, people in India, they also ask this question.
Yeah.
Because they see anyone who worships Krishna, they become pauper, they become beggar in the streets. Which is not true at all.
Okay, what such evidence is there that this isn't true?
There's so many evidences. And I can give the names of those personalities who were into so much Krishna, and they were Hare Krishna people. And they become rich, wealthy, and they become kings. Yeah, you want to hear the names?
Sure, of course.
Okay, so the first names comes through Maharaj from Srimad Bhagavatam. He renounced everything. He went to forest. Almost, literally we can say, he became a beggar with no belongings. But when he had darshan of the Lord, when he saw the Lord he made him king of the entire planet for 36,000 of people. The king of the entire planet. Not just one country or one city or town. Entire planet, 36,000 of people. Another example is Prahlad Maharaj. Even though he was son of Hiranyakashipu, and Lord appeared as Nrsimhadev, and he killed Hiranyakashipu, the demon. But what happened after? Lord Nrsimhadev, he made Prahlad Maharaj the king of the dynasty, the king of demonic dynasty. Prahlad, from his age of 5, actually not 5, from his birth, he was a devotee of Krishna.
Or
Even
even
when-
when he was in the womb.
Exactly.
Yes.
You hear Srimad Bhagavatam, right? I want everyone to hear Srimad Bhagavatam, then all your doubts get cleared. Prahlad Maharaj, even when he was in the womb of his mother, he he started following Krishna. And so much harms was given to him, so much troubles were given to him. But who protected him? The Lord. Krishna protected him. So after his father, Hiranyakashipu, got killed, did Krishna made him beggar or he made him king of the entire dynasty, and he ruled over the dynasty for thousands of years. That's Prahlad Maharaj. Other example which everyone is familiar because everyone reads Ramayana and hear Ramayana. Vibhishan from Lanka. He joined Sri Ram. It's a very interesting pastime. Vibhishan gave up the association of his brother because his brother Ravan was against the Lord. So anyone who is against my Lord, I'm not going to support him. Vibhishan showed this idol. Even his brother. So when he came to Ram, first time when he came to see how Sri Ram looked like, first time, you know how Sri Ram welcomed him? Hey Lankesh, oh the king of Lanka, please come. And imagine by hearing this, Vibhishan was turning around, maybe my brother Ravan is here. Because Ram addresses Lankesh, means the king of Lanka, and I'm not the king of Lanka, it's my brother Ravan. But that's the strategy of Ram. Calling Vibhishan as you're the king of Lanka. So, Vibhishan followed Sri Ram 100%. But did Ram make Vibhishan better? No, he coronated Vibhishan and became the king of Lanka. There are so many examples. Srimad Bhagavatam, Amrish Maharaj, Bharat Maharaj, Pandavas, Yudhishthir, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul and Sahdev. And you know one interesting fact here? Yudhishthir Maharaj, the elder brother of the Pandavas, once upon a time he approached Krishna and he said, "Can I ask a boon from you?" Krishna said, "Oh, my devotee never asks boon from me. They are selfless. They perform selfless service to me. Even if I want to give them something, they always deny. They are nishkam, they don't ask anything from me. How come, Yudhishthir? You are so close and dear to me and my devotee, and you want to ask a boon from me? Okay, go ahead. What do you want to ask?" Then Yudhishthir Maharaj replied. He said, "Oh Krishna, I want to become the king of the whole planet. I want to have opulences around me. I want my brother should follow me. I want my wife to be submissive to me. I want all comforts and all luxuries." And this was bewildering Krishna. What? My devotee never asks opulence. My devotee never wants to become a king. Yudhishthir, there is some trick in your question. I want to know this. You're making me very restless now. I want to know what is the intent behind you asking these questions to me. Yudhishthir Maharaj replied, the same question you asked me. Because, oh my Krishna, oh my Lord, people in the world generally they think whoever follows you or worship you, they become beggar. But I want to prove with my example, it's not like this. I want to prove with my example. Anyone who worship you, anyone who follow you, you also make them kings and very wealthy with all opulence. So from me, they will get this lesson. So because of all this Mahabharata happened, they were in exile for 12 years. But what after that? What after that? Yudhishthir Maharaj became emperor. Kings of all kings. And was glorified all over in all directions. And kings from all directions, they obeyed Yudhishthir Maharaj and followed the standards of Yudhishthir Maharaj. So in this way, another example, Sudama.
Yes.
That's a very interesting example. Who was already a beggar. Not beggar, I mean, sorry for saying that. Means he was not having any possessions. Very poor Brahmin. No, he was a Brahmin, but was not having any possessions with him. Very, very poor. There was nothing to eat hand to mouth. Not even enough clothes to cover his body. And he was staying with his wife. Very humble lifestyle. And it's a long story, I'm cutting it short. But what happened to Sudama when he came to see Krishna? He brought a handful of chipped rice for Krishna. And Krishna accepted this because there was so much love in that. But when Sudama went back, what happened to him? Who was having no possessions, no opulence, he got opulence like a king. Opulence like a king. So it's a very wrong concept in the society that those who worship Krishna, they become beggars. But actually he's the one who made beggars very rich and opulent. This is the true stories from Srimad Bhagavatam. These are evidence, and there are many more evidence. So what is the proof that Krishna makes anyone beggar on the street? I don't believe this. Yes? You believe?
Yes, Maharaj. Well, thank you so much for your deep spiritual insights. Even many of the names you mentioned, I was not aware of these. So I'm so glad. I'm sure many of the viewers too are so happy to hear these names mentioned. So,
And of those viewers, if you want to need more explanation, I can elaborate on this and can answer your questions, and you can get my contact. And I'm easy, accessible, and I try my best to answer all your questions. That's my service to humanity. It's my voluntary service, and it's free of cost. I don't charge anything. That's my service to my spiritual master. That's my service to my Krishna. I just want to request everyone to chant Hare Krishna and make your life the most successful life. Make every day, make an effort to make every day of life the most successful life. And believe me, I'm not speaking from my perspective. It's perspective from the Shastras and all the sadhus. Anyone who chants the holy names of the Lord, they always get success. And they always get protection. And they always get advancement in their consciousness to live a very nice, happy, inner, peaceful life.